Hello and welcome back to Sandras Week. This week has been varied in many ways, as it often is, from spring weather approaching to winter coming again. By the way, I have decided to have a standing feature in this podcast, and I boldly call that topic The Cat from Hell. And it is about our youngest cat, Spock. He's super cute, but when he gets that super mischievous spirit in him, then he's not that cute anymore, actually. Well, this week's topics in this podcast are The Cat from Hell, Part 2, Corona, Corona, Only Corona, The Only Woman in a Group with Men, Recording of DVD in St. Bridget Church in Nykarleby, When Swearing Words Runs Out, and When the Spring Sun Pops Out. All right, let's get down to business. The Cat from Hell, Part 2. Well, this week, Mr. Spock, our little cat, has spent most of his waking time when we are at home playing, running, played hardball with Kaylee, the big cat, and waking us up in all possible and impossible ways when we want to sleep or just rest. When it comes to waking me up, he seems to think it's a great idea to bite my eyebrows. Well, exactly. And it's place where it feels calm and nice that he is at. Not. He can do that on my cheeks and arms and legs and so on. But my eyebrows, well, it does not feel so safe. Then next, the continuing topic of Corona, Corona, only Corona. Well, now there is apparently something called exceptional situation or circumstances, which is a softer type of state of emergency here in Finland due to the corona. When you read newspapers articles about what it should now supposed to be about, the Prime Minister and the responsible ministers say that it is the only legal way they have to forcibly close the restaurants for 3 weeks. The only way to close the restaurants for 3 weeks. Is there anyone other than me who reacts to such a statement? I mean, if it really had anything to do with the corona, it would not just be about restaurants and 3 weeks. What is it that says the corona is gone in 3 weeks? No, there is something else going on that they do not want to talk about. Well, now feel free to call me a conspiracy theorist, if you will, but the logic of what they say is just not true. It doesn't ring true at all to me. All right, next topic. The only woman in a group of men. Yes, this week has been like this at the flea market where I'm at. Actually, it should not be something to think about at all, because I already earlier, when I did military service in Sweden 1989 to 1990, was usually the only woman in a whole bunch of men. But it was like, what, 31 years ago? Oh, jeez. So I have probably forgotten about it a bit, maybe. Well, I quickly remembered that where that locker room talk starts to establish itself, you can either give back with the same coin or just zoom out and pretend not to care. Because if you start protesting and being a little snowflake in that environment, you will be completely run over. That's how it is. It's just a matter of liking the situation and playing the game. You don't have to like it, but you know what I mean. From one thing to another, recording of DVD in St. Bridget Church in Nykarleby. Well, it was an exciting and fun day last Wednesday because then we recorded lyrics, song, and music for our DVD, which we are doing in the Lyrics and Music Workshop, which I talked about, I think, in the earlier episodes. Sorry about that. It will be so exciting to see and hear how it turned out when everything has been mixed together, which will happen in the coming week. I will not be doing that, but another member of the group will. So it will be exciting to hear and see what he has done with it. All right, when swearing words runs out. Interesting topic maybe, or is it? Well, an acquaintance had that happen to him this week when he got so immensely angry. I mean, most people know that a Finn who swears can swear like no one else. Maybe Germans, possibly. But this guy, he was so angry, so angry, so the swearing words actually run out. In the end, he just sat and repeated himself. And I almost started laughing in amazement. But it was just to try to hold back because otherwise maybe it would have started coming smoke out of his ears for real, or maybe he would have had a heart attack or something. I honestly don't know if I have ever seen someone so hyper angry before. I mean, even when I still worked as a security guard at different levels and was in the airport security, I came across many extremely angry people, but no one this angry before. So, from one angry Finn to the spring sun. That's a leap, I think. Well, it was this with the spring sun again. It it has showed itself. It really has, and the snow and ice began to melt. But when you looked out the window again, it snowed. Wonderful. When we were out driving before earlier this week, and later on our way home on one of the major roads, believe it or not, ooh, there was a car almost upside down in the ditch. But thankfully, the driver was unharmed, and another motorist had already stopped and called for help from a friend who came with a big tractor. Well, you call your friend and their tractor here in the area where I live now. In the big city, we call the rescue corps, which cost a little more money maybe, yeah. But here you call an acquaintance who has a tractor that could pull you up on the road again. Well, a few days after that, there was one heck of a snowstorm here in Österbotten. So now the winter is back for real. Yeah, well, the only thing to do, as long as this goes on, is to drive safely according to the weather and the road conditions. Okay, so that was all for this episode. Thank you for listening, and hopefully we will hear from you again in the next episode of Sandra's Week.